my dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Grace, aka Cosmo Claws, and today we are going to make this purple violet skies holographic table. We'll be using holographic vinyl to create this rainbow flash effect and pouring resin straight into this Ikea Gladom table. Let me know what you think, and everything I make on this channel is for sale. Go have a look in the description for all of the materials that I use and a link to my shop. Enjoy the video. So before I start any project like this that is going to take me probably about a week to execute, I like to get all of my materials and colors together. Like I said before, all these materials are going to be in the description, but I just like to get all these colors together visually, especially that vinyl because it is very rainbow. And I like to get some paper and some pens and just try to draw out what the design of the table could look like, because today we're going to be pouring a couple of layers of resin and we're going to be using some inclusions like some little crystals and some cups and things. And at this moment I'm not really sure what kind of a shape I want to create with all of those, so this is me just like sketching them out with some textures, and then I can kind of pick my favorite one from there. I really wasn't sure what I wanted all the inclusions in this table to look like, so this is me literally just grabbing a whole bunch of like examples of all my little crystals and cups and putting them together just to try to see what they could look like. And then once I know what I actually want, I will make all those little crystals in the right purple colors. And this is me starting the bottom layer of the table. I've got this holographic vinyl and I'm just cutting it out and sticking it to the base of the table. Okay, so the vinyl is down and I'm going to show you guys how imperfect it is and like talk about how that actually like informs the rest of the design. So you can see like this bit over here got a little bit of Sharpie left over there. You can see like a little bit of white because like my straight lines don't line up exactly, and then you can see like the lines of the different pieces. This here, where you can see that it's like taller than the lip, I mean I can just come along with like an X-Acto knife and just cut that, but the reason I'm showing you guys this bit is that when I am not sure what the end result of a table looks like, and look, you can even see like the air bubbles trapped underneath still. I've got my book with like my little sketches of like maybe what the shapes could look like. I sort of let the imperfections of the table like inform that. So like as an example, over here on this edge, there's actually like this much that is still white, and I'm not going to want to have that part of the table showing. So that part is going to be covered with colored resin. It's not going to have clear resin that lets this vinyl show. So that already tells me that that's what the design is going to look like, that this side is going to have more colored resin on it than say this side does. And I just sort of don't really believe in trying to make things like picture perfect. I kind of believe in just like, I mean, the first couple of tables that I made, I had a vision of like color and aesthetic, but I didn't have a vision of shape. And because resin is the kind of material where sometimes like it's just not going to move in the way that you want it to, I don't want to start out with a design that is exactly this. It's like, that's exactly what I'm going to make. That's exactly what it's going to look like, because knowing me and knowing resin, I'm going to start pouring it and something's going to end up in a different place, or I'm going to make something, put two colors together that are super pretty and I really want to use them, but they're not exactly what I wanted. You guys know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm rambling, but this is what the vinyl looks like. It is a lot more blue purple in person than it is on camera. Like it definitely has like a rainbow holographic to it. But in person, the eyes, like the human eye, can see less of that rainbow. The camera's definitely picking up on a lot more of it. But it is super pretty, super reflective, and this rainbow holographic is gonna like peek through the layers of resin that we are about to pour in. What am I even talking about? So now I am going to start making a bunch of these guys, like these resin shapes with these molds that I have here, but in blues and whites and glittery purples. And then I'll probably honestly do a whole nother round of just placing them and deciding what I want to do. So let's do that. So for my little crystals and add-ons, as I call them, that we're going to make in purple, I've made up 3 colors of resin. Now it's a little bit difficult to see in my studio today, and I also reuse all of my paper cups when it comes to resin, so it can be a little bit difficult to see like exactly what color is in here. You can see on the top of this one that I've obviously made something blue in the past, but because resin is not a very environmentally friendly material, I do like to reuse as many things as I can. So hopefully you can follow along with what I'm doing and the colors aren't too confusing. But with the crystals and the add-ons, I'm going to use 3 different colors. We're going to fill like the base with one color, and then fill up with second color, and then fill it up to the top with a third color, so we have like a little bit of a gradient. So on the bottom, we've got this deep purple. Now that is like my dark purple pearl pigment, and a little bit of this sort of lavender purple mixed together. In the middle, we have just that sort of lavender. It's not really pastel, but it's like a lighter, like medium purple color. And then in the top one is white with the purple iridescent flakes. So hopefully, I'm not sure if the flakes will like really show through the white, but I'm hoping they'll be like a little bit sparkly. So going to get all my molds, and they probably look a little bit insane. A lot of my crystal molds are handmade, where I've actually like grabbed a real crystal and made the mold out of silicone. And then I've just got some other like sort of random little molds here. Because I'm not really sure, I'm not 100% on like what I actually want to add to the top of this table yet. And I thought just like making them in the right color might help me. So we'll fill all these up, and then if you have no idea what shapes these make, that's okay, because I'm about to show you. So let's start filling. Alrighty, now that our little purple pieces are done and cured, we're ready to actually start pouring into the table. So I'm going to make about 4 different colors out of all of these materials. And we're going to pour in, and I'll pop them all up on the screen, like what each color is made of as I pour it, because I think we'll have, you know, one of the colors will just be like purple alcohol ink, so it'll be transparent. One of them will be opaque, dark purple. One of them will be lavender, but it'll have like a bit of a shift with the this chameleon series that I really love. This is from A1 Pigments Australia. You guys hear me talk about them every single video. I love them. The chameleon series is amazing. They have like almost no actual color to them, but the flashes that they've got make them really good to mix. So I'm gonna put this, which is like, it says it's their mauve, red, orange, yellow, but honestly, this one has such a solid pink shift that I'm gonna put this with the lavender. So it'll be like a nice lavender with like a pink flash to it. And then we'll have white, and the white I'm gonna put purple flakes in. So everything will be a little bit purple, but you'll see the order that I'm pouring them in. So I won't bore you with the details, I'll just show you. Yeah, I'm so excited to finally be pouring into this. Let's do it. here is how we're looking once that first layer has cured. So absolutely in love with it. You can see how that like rainbow shifts underneath. I don't want to put anything else onto this color, maybe a couple of little details, but I want to make sure, because it's like really only like there's like less than a third of it that has this vinyl showing, so I want to like have that showing as much as possible, and we can use all this white space to add some details. Got some like cool, what I call pulling. It's like where the resin moves overnight, so you get this like fun pattern in there. The purple flakes, I'm not sure if you can see on camera, but the purple flakes have like a bit of yellow to them. It's kind of like when they're not shining purple, they're yellow. But that's not a problem. We're gonna put heaps of stuff over this white anyway and just make it a little bit more interesting. And here's how she looks in the terrible lighting of my garage after that second layer. Now, depending on the table, this is where I would either decide to do another layer of colored resin or just do a top coat. And I am really, really happy with how she looks. She just needs a clear top coat on top to cover up any texture from those flakes and to really finish her off. And here in the sun, in my backyard, is how she looks complete. I love her. I really, really love how that rainbow flashes up. I love the rainbow flakes inside the dark purple. I love the little cups. Do you guys get it? I really love it. Let me know what you think in the comments. This table, like all my tables, are for sale. If you would like this one or one of your own in a custom color to match your living space, please get in contact with me on Instagram. All my socials are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you think. I will see you guys in another 2 weeks. Bye.